Laid on my word, the 29th. 29th is Mark 10:1 to 31. Mark 10:1 to 31. Then Jesus left Capernaum and went southward to the region of Judea, in the area east of the Jordan River. As always, there were crowds, and as usual, he taught them. Some Pharisees came and tried to trap him with this question: should a man be allowed to divorce his wife? What did Moses say about divorce? Jesus asked them. Well, he permitted it, they replied. He said a man merely has to write his wife an official letter of divorce and send her away to his wife. And the two are remarried, she commits adultery. And for the good news will receive now in return 100 times over houses, brothers, sisters, mothers, children, and property with persecutions. And in the world, till they will come to have eternal life. But many who seem to be important now will be the least important then. And those who are considered least here will be the greatest then. That's just a fact. 2 Samuel 23. 2 Samuel 23. David. These are the last words of David. David, the son of Jesse, speaks. David, the man whom God gave such wonderful success. David, the man anointed by God, the God of Jacob. David, the sweet psalmist of Israel. The Spirit of the Lord speaks through me. His words are upon my tongue. The God of Israel spoke. The Rock of Israel said to me. The person who rules righteously, who rules in the fear of God, he is like the light of the morning, like the sunrise bursting forth in a cloudless sky, like the refreshing rains that bring tender grass from the earth. It is my family God has chosen. Yes, he has made me an everlasting covenant with me. His agreement is eternal, final, sealed. He will constantly look after my safety and success. But the godless are like thorns to be thrown away, for they tear the hands that touches them. One must be armed to chop them down. They will be utterly consumed with fire. These are the names of David's mightiest men. The first was Jehoshaphat, the Hakmonite, who was commander of the three greatest warriors among David's men. He once used his spear to kill 800 enemy warriors in a single battle. Next in rank was 3 of Eleazar's son, Dodiah, a descendant of Ohiah. Once Eleazar and David stood together against the Philistines when the entire Israel army had fled. He killed Philistines until his hand was too tired to lift his sword, and the Lord gave him a great victory that day. The rest of the army did not return until the next time to collect the plunder. Next in rank was Shammah, son of Agi from Ahor. One time the Philistines gathered at Lehi and attacked the Israelites in full fields of lentils. The Israelite army fled, but Shammah had held his ground in the middle of the field and beat back the Philistines, so the Lord brought about a great victory. Once during the harvest time, when David was at the cave in Adullam, the Philistine army was captured in the valley of Rephaim. The 3 who were among 30, an elite group of David's fighting men, went down to meet him there. David was staying in the stronghold at the time, and the Philistine detachment had occupied the town of Bethlehem. David remarked longingly to his men, "Oh, how I would love some of that good water from the well in Bethlehem, the one by the gate." So the three broke through the Philistine line, drew some water from the well, and brought it back to David. But he refused to drink it. Instead, he poured it out before the Lord. The Lord forbid that I should drink this. He exclaimed, this water is as precious as the blood of these men who risked their lives to bring it to me. So David did not drink it. This is an example of the exploits of the three. Abishai, son of Zeruiah, the brother of Joab, was the leader of the 30. He wants you to spear to kill 300 enemy warriors in a single battle. It was such feats that he became as famous as the three. Abishai was the most famous of the 30 and was their commander. Though he was not one of the three, there was also Benaiah's son, Jehoiada, a valiant warrior from Kabzeel. He did many heroic deeds, which included killing 2 of Moab's mightiest warriors. Another time, he chased a lion down into a pit. Then, despite the snow and slippery ground, he caught the lion and killed it. Another time, armed only with a cub, he killed a great Egyptian warrior who was armed with a spear. Benaiah wrenched the spear from the Egyptian's hand and killed him with it. These are some of the deeds that made Benaiah almost as famous as the three. He was more honored than the other members of the 30, though he was not one of the three. And David made him commander of his bodyguard. Other members of the 30 included Ashel, Joab's brother, Elhanan, son of Dodo, from Bethlehem, Shammah of Harat, Elikiah from Harat, Hazael from Pelon, Ira, son of Ikush, from Tekoa, Abiezer from Anoth, Sibekiah from Huhash, from Hushah, Zalman from Ohah, Mariah from Netapah, Heel, son of Bana from Netapah, Ittai, son of Reba from Gilead, from the tribe of Benjamin, Benani from Pirath, Huri from Nahal Gash, Abi Abalon, the Archibite, Azameth from Barurim, Eliab from Shalabon, the sons of Jashin, Jonathan, the son of Shagi from Hara, Iam, son of Shar from Hara, Eliphiad, son of Abishi from Makat, Eliam, son of Ahithophel from Gilead, Hezro from Carmel, Parah from Arba, Igal, son of Nathan from Zobah, Bina from Gath, Zelek from Ammon, Nahiri from Bethro, Joab's armor bearer, Ira from Jatir, Garrett from Jatir, and Uri from Hitti. There were 37 in all. Hosea 3. Hosea 3. Hosea 3. Then the Lord said to me, go and get your wife again. Bring her back to you and love her. Even though she loves adultery, for the Lord still loves Israel. Even though the people have turned to other gods, offer them choice gifts. So I brought her back in 15 pieces of silver, for 15 pieces of silver, and about 5 bushels of barley, and a measure of wine. Then I said to her, you must live in my house for many days and stop your prostitution. This time you will not have sexual intercourse with anyone, not even me. This illustrates that Israel will be a long time without a king or a prince. and without sacrifices, temples, priests, or even idols. But afterwards, the people will return to the Lord their God and David's descendants, their king. They will come trembling in awe to the Lord, and they will receive his good gifts in the last days. Last days. That's it. That's all for right now. I appreciate that. I gotta read my tomorrow. But I'm out.